This is going to be one of the last photo editing assignments that we're going to be doing here in Photoshop. What we're going to do is we're going to create a collage made out of photos. Now, one of the things I want you to notice about this Photoshop document, this guy is only 16.7% in size. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to downsize all of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Edit or Image, Size, and we're going to downsize it into 320. Okay, so it makes it look really small, but if we go view actual pixels, that's how big the image is, which is certainly large enough for our purposes. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to downsize each one of these the same way. Image, image size, 320 to make them nice small images that'll fit. View actual pixels, and we go window, and we go to the last one and go image size, and you get the drift. Go to view, image size, 320. I'm doing 320 because I'm going to put several of these on the same picture. Now, you guys in class have like 5 kids in class, so you're going to be putting 5 images on one screen. All right, and the same one here. And I picked interesting images. I want you guys to do the same thing. Make the pictures good looking but interesting. All right? All right, so this is our image. Now, what we need to do is we're going to paste all these into the same document. So what I want to do is I want a nice large image. So I'm going to make a file, new image, and I want that new image to be, how about 1000 pixels by, say, 640 pixels. All right, I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it collage. By giving it a name ahead of time, that makes life a little easier. Okay, so it's going to be a portrait style thing. And then all I have to do is I'm going to go in, grab the first image, edit, select all, edit copy. I go back to my collage and I go edit. And I think I want to create a new layer. And I'm going to go edit, paste. All right, and then I can move this guy wherever I want him to be. And I'm going to do window, image 2, select all, edit copy, and you get the drift of how we're doing this. Collage, edit, paste. And you're going to do that repeatedly over and over again. Now, there are several things you can do to create shadow figures, and that's one of the things I want you to do. However, what we're doing in this is we're also going to be playing a little bit with filters. So you're going to go to View, Filter, and I want you to come up with filters that do not destroy the image, not change the image so much they can. Like, for instance, Dry Brush is one that you can use. That brings up this one. How about Plastic Wrap? That's a little bit. Post Edges. Post Edges is a nice one. There are all sorts of different ones. I'm going to go with Post Edges on this one. So you're going to apply a filter to each one of these, one that doesn't make it impossible to see. And then the final thing, there's actually 2 things you're going to do, is you're going to go Image, you're going to go Adjustments. We want to do a transform, actually. Okay, under Edit, you've got this layer. We're going to go Transform. And I'm going to do, the one I want is Perspective. And what that does is it allows it to make the image look like it's going off in the distance. Okay, you see this image now? That's a perspective thing. I'm going to select this next layer, the layer my friend is on. You actually have to click on the black arrow to apply that. I'm going to click on this layer, and I'm going to go Edit, Transform, Perspective, and I'm going to play with that one. So now it kind of looks like the things are kind of floating above the page. Now, to enhance that, I also want to go to a layer effect, and it's going to be, actually I believe that's over here, and I'm going to put down, right click, layer properties. Oops, I'm sorry, if I right click on the layer, I believe it's a blending option, and I want to put a drop shadow in, and I want the shadow, you can see the shadow appears. The opacity, I'm going to make it slightly transparent, and I can actually affect how far that, by clicking on it, I can affect the angle. Clicking on drop shadow, I can affect the angle of the shadow, and I can also apply a different distance. Watch what happens. Okay, you see how the shadow's pushing away from it? Let's pull the angle a little bit so it looks like it's going down. I might want to decrease the opacity. Let's spread it out a little bit, make it a little more fuzzy. Okay, so you can play with all of these things and give it kind of a more interesting kind of shadow. All right, and that's what you're going to do with all of these. You're going to have a whole bunch of images floating above the screen with shadows attached to them. Okay, that's about enough for this part, and we're going to move on to the next part in one